Get
Welcome,
it.
folks, to another Regan's Corner broadcast here on the Hawk's Nest. I'm with my color commentator, Dusty Rhodes Carrasco, as we rebroadcast this game for tonight for you here on the Sunday night recap game of the week, where we go to Boone and Hebron in good old Hebron, Indiana. Dusty, how are you doing?
We're doing pretty good over here. I think this should be a pretty good game between these two. I'm really excited for it there, Josh.
Absolutely, since these are arch rivals to begin with. So let's get into the game a little bit. So ball one there to, I believe, Atterbury. I'll
Yeah, that
take
was a
that back
good
to Vizchek.
Divish check. That was a good eye there by Divish check. That one's popped up. Looks like that's gonna be an easy first out of the game.
As Cunningham gets Vizchek there. As Otero standing in for the Boone Grove Wolves. One of our athletes as well here at RCSPN. Um, and that's going to be drove it foul for the first strike here.
Yeah, and Boone Grove's making good contact here early in this one.
Absolutely. And a swing and a miss. And Otero gets a bunt down with two strikes. And a quick 2 outs here for Hebron as Durr comes up.
Wow, and that was good execution there for Hebron. Third baseman able to gobble that one up, and of course the second baseman over to get over to first base and make the play.
Absolutely. As Cunningham fires. That ball is going to be caught by Cunningham, and we're going to go into the bottom of the first. What are some things that you saw there, Dusty? As I know it's probably going to go in and out here, being in good old Union Mills Wi-Fi. But what have you seen so far in this game?
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good inning there by Hebron. It was a pretty fast one at that. I think that Boone Grove was really aggressive in that first top half of the inning, and Hebron, yeah, able to make quick work of that Boone Grove top of the lineup.
Absolutely. So let's meet the lineup for the Hebron Hawks here. As Tolzek leading off, as Tolzek, more of a slap hitter in that left, as a commit to Pitt. With her 14 home runs last year, she has two right now. AT pulls it back as the Dark Knight trying to get herself going and her team going as well against the arch rivals. Here is Tolzik. And as the vision goes away, as the two first batters, apparently 2 outs there, as the video cuts out. Sorry about that, folks, as Molly Friel had herself one heck of a night previous in their win against Whiting with a 3-4 day with a home run and a couple RBIs.
Yeah, and Boone Grove doing a good job here in the bottom half of the inning. able to get two quick outs and looking to get the third. Something's popped up.
Absolutely. As Friel gets a little bit of a Texas League blooper there, as the right between as Emily Mahalik stands in.
Yeah, that one spelled trouble as, it was a dying duck there between left and center field. And, I mean, it just kind of dropped. That was a
Absolutely.
big surprise.
Absolutely. And we are sorry, folks, if this video does cut out. We tried our best, and Hebron softball has too to bring you this game. So that's going to be out in center field by Maria Otero, and then we go into the second inning here. So what are some things that you've noticed here? Um, Kind of seeing a flash of this offense.
Yeah, I mean, it was eerily similar to the top of half the inning. But I mean, Hebron did get a runner on base there at first base, but I mean, Boone Grove was able to make quick work of them as well. I think this is looking like it's going to be a defensive sided game.
Absolutely. It looks like it's going to be a barn burner here in Hebron, Indiana, as this rivalry always is, the Battle of the Boone Township. One of the most heated rivalries in the PCC, if not the heated. It's like the Dodgers and Giants rivalry in any sport. As Atterbury gets out there. Wish we would see the whole thing there as Mercedes Sutkis stands in. And that ball is driven for a base hit. With one out here as Natalie Moret the pitcher stands in. And that ball is going to be driven over AT's head as it's going to be 2 on here for the Boone Grove Wolves.
Yeah, that's some really good hitting there by Boone Grove. Able to get two runners on with one out. Now trying to do some damage here in the top of the second.
Absolutely, as Lanos stands in. As Cunningham with the ball one. And out there as the runners move in scoring position.
Yeah, it might have been an out there for the Wolves, but it was a productive out at that. Two down. I mean, Hebron can really get out of this inning if they're able to get a ground out here or a pop fly.
Absolutely, as number 9 for Boone Grove coming in here. Excuse me, this is Lantos. That last batter was Powell. Here with 2 outs in the inning. And strike 1.
Yeah, already off to a good start. It's a great pitch there. Able to get up in the count.
And just missing there. Dusty, I don't know about that one because you saw it right here with that angle. it looked right down the gut there. I
Yeah,
don't know where it missed.
that's
It,
pretty close. But I mean, the umpire must have seen something else because he called it a ball. As that one might be out of play.
Absolutely, as that is a foul ball. Uh, check your DeLoreans, folks, as that could be a windshield breaker as we go back here. As we go back into the future, as we go 1-2 here. One ball, two strikes, two outs. And Latos
And that one smacked. Yeah, and it looks like it's gonna drop.
with a two
Yeah,
RBI double.
yeah, it looks like 2 runs are gonna score on that one. I mean, that was like almost similar to the one that had happened on that other play. It just kind of seemed like all of them were coming in, and it just dropped inside the Bermuda Triangle there, Josh.
Absolutely. As Cunningham fires, as Donovan tried whipping it into that strike zone, just missing though, off that outside corner. As Cunningham, Donovan trying to throw out Lantos. Just a bit outside. As a 3-0 count.
Oh yeah, and that one, it seemed a little bit high. I don't know if the umpire had called it a strike. I guess he called it a ball. But behind in the count, you got to pitch a strike here.
As a pickle situation, and gets to third as Lantos.
Yeah, I mean, throwing behind the runner there, I think it was the right decision. But I mean, the runner was just smart. They're able to get down to third base as that one's popped foul.
Absolutely. As Cunningham worked it back to full here. What pitch would you throw in this situation to get her going here?
Yeah, I mean, curveball might be a good pitch here. Ooh, yeah, that might have been, but it might have missed the outside corner there, Josh.
Absolutely. As Cunningham has a screw, a rise, and a fastball, a bit of a changeup, maybe even a little bit of a curve that you just saw. As Emily fast check,
Yeah, yeah, actually, so I mean, seeing her arsenal now, I think, or hearing her arsenal now, I think it does more of a screw. It just missed the outside corner, and that was ball four.
absolutely. As a strike on that outside corner, coming into this game, has dealt with some back issues early part of this year. Little key injury updates, and so has Tolzig with her arm, with her right shoulder. As a quick two strikes here, as Emily fast check fouls it off, and a line drive that's going to score Latos.
Yeah, and it's been some really good hitting here by Boone Grove here in the top of the second. I mean, yeah, just two really good hits, and they get three RBIs out of it.
Absolutely. As Maria Otero stands in. And that's right in our face here with the camera. As Otero always seems like Maria always kind of, with the camera work, changes the camera angle. We kind of noticed that even at South Central last year. But nonetheless, foul ball as it moves it to a 1-1 count to the patient lefty. And the ball is driven back. In our game next week there, Dusty, I will be on the producing seat. And Abby Witt, our new broadcaster, will be in my play-by-play seat, while Dusty Rhodes Carrasco will be calling the Andrean in Hebron game. So, a little bit of a update there for you there, Dusty, next week. As 2 balls, 1 strike. Just a bit outside as a 3-1 count.
Yeah, very excited for that, Josh. I think it should be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. That ball is going to be, it's a hit and run as another run's going to score for the Wolves and a double for Otero.
Oh my, yeah, and what a hit there! As you said, a hit and run, and they're already at home plate by the time they got to the outfield. It's just a really good hit there, and Boone Grove able to get 4 on the board here in the top of the second.
Absolutely. And folks, next week we will have highlights for this game. We're gonna have one, maybe later in the game, a little foreshadowing. But unlike our normal broadcast, since we can post record, we will have highlights. And now a little bit of a mound visit here. What do you say after going for being in this
Yeah, I mean,
hole?
giving it 4, yeah, giving it 4 like that, I think that you just gotta calm your pitcher down because at this point, your pitcher kind of gets some nerves, and they just they could keep running up, and you just gotta calm their nerves and tell them this, let's get the next one. You're good. Just ask them if they're okay. And say, hey, let's go up to this next batter.
Absolutely. And plus, when you have dangerous hitters like Durr and Sudkiss coming up, and a swing and a miss as Donovan slings right back.
Yeah, see right there, you just really get your pitcher level headed, and yeah, you say let's go, let's get this one.
As Donovan whips it back into that strike zone. Runners in scoring position for Durr. That ball is driven. Now it's going to be caught by Heidi Pena. And we're going to go into the bottom here of the second inning. We're sponsored by Rogers Roofing, All Star Autos, Elite Performance Academy in LaPorte, Indiana. Ro-
Yeah, and I think Boone Grove, they might have gotten 4 there in the top of the second, but I think Hebron is definitely not out of this one. Four runs can be made up really quick here in high school softball. So I mean, they really do still got a shot in this ball game.
Yeah, and even though they've been struggling this year, this is still a potent offense. As soon as these girls wake up, I mean, it's going to be lights out with sectional time and all that jazz. But right now, they're struggling a little bit here against quality competition. A good note that they did blow out our other school, Westville, the other night, but uh, that was kind of a poorly game ran by the Blackhawks, and you could see what they've been doing, putting 22 points up against Lake Station today, um, and Vargas starting to heat up there on the mound as Heck walking up, and Moret ball on the outside corner there, trying to get her fastball going. Heck's got power herself. It's almost all fields. It's just gotta stay within and getting a nice base hit to start us off.
Yeah, great hitting there by Hebron, able to get a runner on first, no outs. Yeah, I think they can really get back into this one if they can just string together some hits and create some offense here.
Absolutely. And Donovan fouls it back off. And fortunately, Heck was very lucky on that one as the ball came out of the catcher's hands so quick on that one. As a fielder's choice, as Asin Dumovic standing in. Courtesy runner for the catcher. You're allowed a couple courtesy runners for the catcher and pitcher per game here in high school sports, for baseball and for softball. Just a little nugget there as Dumovic steps in, trying to start it up here. It's Moret right inside.
Yeah, and Hebron's lineup is more than capable of coming back in this one. I think they just got to really, focus and just try to put the bat on the ball,
And that ball is going, going, going,
just like
going,
that.
and that's going to be caught.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, that was a really good hit, a really good piece of hitting, just short of the track. And so that one's gonna stay inside the ballpark, and unfortunately being out, but got some really good wood on that one.
Absolutely. And you kind of like what Dumovic is doing here early in the year, especially with the ability to play everywhere. Check right there with a good stop with a speedy Donovan at first, and Kincaid has been hitting a lot better in the bottom of that order in the last 2, 3 games there. Having a couple All-Star Autos players of the game this week. And that's going to be right in front of the right fielder, continuing her good work. As Pena has don't she's had a career of being a slap hitter. Don't let that fool you. She's got some pop herself. Warning track power as that is fouled back.
Yeah, this lineup for Hebron is really good. I mean, they've been just struggling as of late, but when they get it going, they can really do some damage. In situations that they need to.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of clutch hitters there, Dusty. It's just with how good of a year you had last year and you're playing up the talent pool like Lake Central, there's a lot of things that could go awry real quick in the year. Now they're going to get into their PCC schedule, and you could see those wins come very quickly.
Yeah, I think they've been facing some really good competition as of late, and that's why the record is the way it is. As that one gets down in right center field, all the way to third and in there. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Ooh.
Oh, pickle!
Oh my, no way.
We're in a pickle, but
Oh
Pena,
my.
after the pickle, or before the pickle situation,
Mm,
um,
that's crazy.
she gets two RBIs, and the Hawks get a little bit closer. In that situation, I'm I'm telling Pena to stay at third base because you don't really need to go home in that little league, especially with dangerous hitters like Tolzik coming up, Friel, uh, Saminsky coming up, and you just had a nice triple, almost a home run in that situation. I'm putting on the Jets there and living for another day if I'm that third base coach.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the ball did go over the third baseman's head, I believe. It did get past him, and I mean, I think had a shot at going home. It was just a really good backup there by the left fielder, and they were just able to make that play there. I mean, it was just a really good play off of a potential error.
Absolutely. As Atterbury standing in.
Yeah, but I mean, out of all that, as you said, they did score 2 runs, so now it is 4-2. Uh, Boone Grove only up by 2 runs now.
Absolutely. As Atterbury fouling it off for strike one.
Yeah, I think Boone Grove has seen the ball really well in this game, as they've been making some really good contact, and they've also been laying off of a lot of pitches that are nowhere near the strike zone.
Yeah, nowhere near. I mean, a lot of patient hitters, a lot like what we saw last year when we were doing these broadcasts for Hebron. And Atterbury going yard, putting a run back to the Wolves area. As if you're a Wolves fan, you're going Atterbury for Atterbury on that one as a home run, leadoff home run, puts it back to three after
My
getting
goodness.
down to two.
Yeah, what a shot there by Adbury. I think that was some really good hitting right there. I think that was kind of right on cue. As I was saying there, seeing the ball really well and able to knock that one out of the ballpark.
Absolutely. And as you guys see, the messages here,
You guys see all the notifications here on the screen.
absolutely. As an out happens while notifications here. Apparently, I got hacked by some Boone Grove fans there, nonetheless. As a swing back,
Yeah, and I mean, Hebron did get 2 runs there in the bottom of the second, but Boone Grove comes right back with that home run and able to bring the lead back up to three.
absolutely. And as Minette grinds out there, as Powell stands in the DH. As ball has a 1-1 count here. Just a bit inside as Powell knows the 4D's dodgeball. Dip, dodge, and dodge. And we go back and forth. I actually just watched dodgeball not too long ago, and this call has been messed up. It's actually the 5Ds, but it only works as 4 here, and that's going to be a fly out, and that's going to end that half of the inning.
Yeah, I mean, able to limit the damage there. I mean, uh, got a home run hidden off her, but after that, I think she kind of locked back in. Didn't let it bother her so much where she got overwhelmed. And just locked back in and only limited it to 1 run in the inning.
Yeah, that's very key in that situation to lock back in there, to have a situation where it didn't go solely your way, and then turn around, lock back in, almost like what Chapman did in the World Series not too long ago for the Cubs, where you hit the damage just a little bit. As Tolzik coming in, just a bit outside to Addison. Tolzik.
Yeah, so I don't know if any NBA fans, be watching this, but this is a pretty good game here. 5-2 as that one's fouled off, but not so good of a game between the Bucks and the Pacers as the Bucks are up by 21.
And that's must be a lot of Dame time there as Giannis is out for the playoffs with that Achilles injury.
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't even really think about that, but yeah, Damian Lillard, I think he must be going off in this one.
Absolutely, because you would have to think the Pacers had to be favored, especially with that injury. Nonetheless, Tolzek fouling it off with a 2-1 count here. That ball is going to be dropping for Tolzek. The speedster here getting something started here.
Yeah, and something interesting about high school softball, I don't think that they call batters out of the box.
They do call him out of the box, but
Okay.
the crafty
Um
veteran and Tozik, she
yeah.
kind of lifted her foot up before, so would
Huh.
not be a factor.
Wow. Yeah, because it looked like she was almost well out of the box, but I mean, yeah, maybe she was just inside the box and able to get that one out to left field, able to
Absolutely.
get
So
herself a base hit.
it's kind of like that football where you're right on the line kind of thing, or it's like the reverse version of that. As a field, is everyone safe here? As Sminsinski. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think she might have hit that one perfect. As yeah, I mean, she was already at first base by the time that one dropped. So I think it was just a really good hit. Two runners on, and now I mean the tying run comes to the plate here, Josh, in the bottom of the third.
Absolutely. And Molly Friel has a power of her own here. Hitting a couple home runs last year, like we said, hitting a home run last night, or when this was originally broadcasted last night. And that's going to be driving in a run if it was not foul.
Yeah, I mean that one was just foul, and I mean those are the ones you kind of want back because it's just right down the line, and just goes foul.
Absolutely. That ball is driven foul. Runners in first and second. Just a bit outside as Moret, one of the best pitchers in the state, as she's going to Lewis University next year as a commit. One of our athletes as well. So this is a Regan's Corner matchup here that Natalie Moret wins on that pop up as Emily Mahalik stands in. Ball just inside that strike zone, right down the middle there. If you're seeing cheese like that, where it's right down the middle there, Dusty, do you go for it, or do you see where the ump is going to be calling it for your rest of your bat?
Man, I think you have to go for it there. I think it's it's almost a meatball, and I mean you gotta be able to send that somewhere, if not out of the ballpark.
Absolutely. And plus, to a good pitcher like Natalie, you're not going to get much chances like that where you have it right down the middle.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, good opportunities like that, you're gonna have to take them because they're not gonna always be there, and so you're gonna need to take advantage of them when you can get them.
Absolutely. And Moholic, power threat as well, homering at Washington Township just the other day. And we're going to swing and a miss for a strikeout as Murat gets her going. As Madeline Heck standing here
Yeah, and you
with,
think about it. Yeah, Josh, and you think about it, it was zero outs with runners on first and second. Now, two outs here for Hebron. They're trying to get to third, and yeah, there we go, stolen base.
absolutely. I mean, that's the speed of Tolzik. Um,
Yeah, I
AT.
think. I think runner on first should have been right after her. I do believe that it should be second and third right now, but for some reason didn't follow.
Maybe it was a blown hit and run there, and two parties blew it. Matty Heck stands in here, trying to look at where the ump has it. I see a one, at least for a ball. Pretty, I didn't see the other hand with strikes. So at least I know it's a 1-1 count. Maybe a 2-1 count, depending on this next strike. As it's a 1-1 count, you just showed it. As the runners on the corners here, just missing that strike zone. A little low to Heck.
Yeah, this has been a really good bat so far here for Heck as she tries to drive it around here.
Absolutely. And Heck pops it up and fouls it off. As Heck has a Bee Gees song stuck in her head as she's staying alive and then it's the bat. As it's a 2-2 count.
Uh, yeah, staying alive, staying alive. She's doing a really good job of doing that here. It's 2-2 count. I mean, you gotta swing at anything that's close here.
And a stolen base there.
Yeah, and I mean after the run on first didn't follow, I think that it was bound to happen. It's still the second, and maybe they throw the second, maybe get the run home, but no throw there, as that one's just fouled off once again.
Absolutely. But as Fezcheck, a lot like Donovan, has one of those arms where if it's two outs, you might consider running, but having a play set up for the second base to be a kind of a scapegoat may not be the smartest decision with that cannon for an arm with Emily Fezcheck, as she is going to Drake next year for softball. And a swing and a miss as Moret gets her on the heater.
Yeah,
And
I mean, just a really good at bat, but just not able to straighten any of those foul balls out. And the pitcher just eventually gets that last strike there.
yeah, I mean, it just seemed like it was not Heck's moment in that sun situation there. But we'll go into the fourth and hopefully stay here at 2 of the 5 here and no more runs on the scoreboard so these Hawks can claw back into this ball game.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of that inning, Hebron, they did get the first two on. It looked very promising, but Boone Grove did not panic, and they were able to get three straight outs after that, even after both runners were able to advance on stolen bases.
Absolutely. As Cunningham still out there. Top of the fourth here in Hebron, Indiana. That's going to be fouled back. That ball is going to be driven right to the second baseman as AT puts it in a little bit of can of corn for the first out. Ball. One as Cunningham a swing and a miss. As Bama swings and misses. Bama with a base hit there. As Veschek stands back in here. Just a bit high. Strike two. This Veschek's going to be a Bulldog next year. Committing and signing to Drake as Cunningham fires in a swing and a miss. As a possible foul. As a catcher's interference there.
Oh my.
And they call her out. And
Oh
Donovan is
yeah.
shaking up here.
Yeah, I think just maybe just clip the catcher there. Maybe it was a little too far back in the box. Couldn't really think of nothing else.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm,
I guess on the backswing they got her.
yeah, I mean, it looked like a really good stolen base there, but with catcher interference, yeah, that is going to be the batter out. I don't know how they can overturn this one, but that one's going to definitely be the batter out, and the runner that advanced to second, I believe, will have to go back to first.
I believe so.
Yeah, so I mean that is absolutely a huge break there for the Hawks.
Or is it just a strike?
What are they going to call here? I mean, batter's still up. It's, I mean, catcher's interference with two strikes. I mean, I think it's usually an out, but the batter's still here. Okay, so I mean, the runner at first is gone there, Josh.
Dusty, maybe we're the only ones that really caught it.
Yeah, I mean, something happened. Maybe the runner left early, possibly.
Maybe the runner
Uh,
left early.
yeah, that
Nonetheless,
one's up, and is that one out?
that one will be a
Off the wall.
triple.
Oh, yeah, she's in there.
But
Just barely.
Donovan sure came up the hand, though. Something must have happened with maybe the backswing. Nonetheless, Veschek
Yeah,
is at third.
yeah, because I had seen that the catcher there was, she looked like she was a little shooken up. Speaking to her coach, right?
Right. I mean, I don't know. We must have
Yeah,
saw something,
no,
but
that's a testy.
nonetheless,
Yeah, that's a testy call, but nonetheless, yeah, triple there for Boone Grove with two down.
absolutely, as Otero fouls it back.
Yeah, the Wolves trying to start a two-out rally here as runner on third, and that one's gonna get over. Ooh,
And they do, with another run here coming in as it's a 2-6 ball game.
yeah, and that's a tough one because that one just off the bat, not really any power behind it, and it just goes over the third baseman's head.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, like that one was very puzzling, and that's a very interesting RBI there for Boone Grove, and they get back, they stretch this lead back to four.
Absolutely, with an Omaha blooper there. Not even leaving the infield, but placing it beautifully as Otero did. As Durr trying to keep this inning going with the two quick strikes as Cunningham trying to end it to get back into the meat and potatoes of the lineup.
Yeah, that one was definitely placed perfectly, and now uh, Boone Grove coach gonna give a talk to the batter as I mean, yeah, down 0-2 in the count, maybe see something here that can help out the batter here.
Absolutely, because Chase Durr looked a little bit kind of a lot like what the guys' game was with Cabrera. Kind of looked a little bit too over the swinged here. And the ball is going to be caught.
Caught, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it looks like that might have worked because she got good contact on that one. Just was not able to find a hole to put the ball in.
Absolutely, with Mahalik out there in right. But we go into the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, so now Hebron tries to get back in this game once again. I mean, they did have it cut down at two, but I mean, Boone Grove able to get a run in each of the past two innings. Now able to lead this one 6-2. Hebron, I mean, they got to get some bats going here, and they got to try to cut into this lead once again.
Absolutely, as Donovan standing in here. And fouls it off here for a quick strike one to Hetty Donovan. And that is fouled back off. There's Donovan taking a second to think, taking a second to kind of get that hand back warm after which, fortunately for Donovan, this was a beautiful day, so your hands aren't going to get smashed like a cold winter's Indiana day in the early part of the season. And strike three as Murat puts down Donovan. as Dunovich stands in. As Natalie Moret fires just a bit outside on that one. As Dumovich, very patient right there. As a quick 1-1. As Addison looking and seeing where that strike zone is. She kind of crowds the plate almost in a reverse Anthony Rizzo kind of batting style there. And that's just a little high.
Yeah, good eye there, able to lay off of that one. Uh, a lot of batters will go after those high pitches, just because they seem so juicy, but able to lay off of that one.
And that's going to be two right on that inside corner at the knee. And with this angle right here, that was a legitimate strike. As right there below the knee. And that's going to miss. Fires and a ground out there by Dumovich as Kincaid standing in, singled in her last plate appearance.
Yeah, once again able to make contact there, but I mean, just not able to find a gap there. It was a great pitch there, by the pitcher, and able to get the ground out for the second out here.
Absolutely. And folks, the Wolves are kind of in a little bit of a shift. Still, it was a little bit more with Dumovich, but Kincaid's a very much of a pole hitter in that kind of that right center gap is where her specialty lies. And a swing and a miss. She's been very clutch in her career, her 4 3 year career here at the Hawkland. Much needed base hit here to get the party started. As a ball.
Yeah, and so do we know the name of this Boone Grove pitcher here?
It is Nellie Murrett.
Okay, yeah, Moret, I mean, doing a really good job here in these past couple of innings of, just inducing the ground balls, placing the pitches where she'd like them to go. I think she's been in great control in these past couple of innings, and two down, 1-1 count. I mean, she's in a good position to possibly shut this one out, and that one's gonna be over as I say that. So really good hitting there for Hebron, able to get that one just over the shortstop there, Josh.
Absolutely, as Haley Kincaid with a base. Okay, we are back there, Dusty. Check, 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 check.
Yeah. So did you drop off there, Josh? I don't know. I'm not really sure what
Yeah,
happened.
I
That's
dropped my
fine.
phone there, folks. So
Okay.
a little technical difficulties while I'm trying to strangle my dogs in here and taking them out while doing this Saturday night live game of the week here. Trying to fill two shoes at once, doing too much there, Dusty. And we'll
Yeah.
have
I
the
mean,
scoreboard up pretty soon. Okay, let's see here.
yeah. I think multitasking, can be a little tough sometimes. But I mean, you just got to do what you got to do sometimes, right? So
Right,
I think all our viewers will understand that. But yeah, I
absolutely,
mean, back to the ball game. I think we got a good one going here in Hebron.
absolutely we do. As Friel fouls that one off. As Molly staying alive here.
Yeah, and it seems as if we lost the scoreboard here, Josh.
We have lost the scoreboard for a moment here.
Yeah, so we'll get the scoreboard back to you here in just a second,
Absolutely.
folks. Um,
And Dusty, take over
and
as I take this dog out.
all right, yeah, and the quality, is a little bit bad here, but I'll do what I can do. As that one is hit to left field, it looks like, and that one's going to be a home run. So that one's going to get out of the ballpark as the whole team awaiting the batter here. Is I mean, yeah, a home run here for Hebron cuts the lead down to two. So able to get a run there in that last half of the inning, and now here in this half of the inning, able to get a home run to lead off, and I think that one's gonna cut the lead from 6-3 to 6-4. So Hebron, really not seeing die here in this one as they cut the lead to two. And that one's going to go over the second baseman. And I'll just hit the gap is trying to get a double here, and they will. So a home run and a double to lead off this inning here for Hebron. Man, so what a way to start off this half of the inning. As home run double will set up this at bat here as that one's high. And that's going to be ball one. So struggling a little bit if you're the Boone Grove pitcher right here. I believe that was a ball as well. I think the count's going to be 2-0 right here. So I mean it's just going really well here for Hebron as that one's going to be a strike. So we're going to have a 2-1 count on the batter. And bunt attempt as the bunt was shown there by the batter. Able able to foul that one off. So now here in a 2-2 count, uh, you know, I mean, you could bunt here again, but I mean, it's very risky. So potentially not a bunting situation. And that one's going to be knocked to the gap. It's going to get down as well. So this one's going to be another double as they trade places. And now this is going to be a 6-5 ball game. So Hebron erupting here in this half of the inning, getting two on a home run and two doubles. Still nobody out here in the bottom half of the inning. And another dangerous batter coming up to the plate.
Welcome back here as Donovan stepping in here as I missed a home run by Molly Friel, which Friel's
Josh
going.
Molly Frill going deep. Yes, here we go. Scoreboard back. The only thing is that I think the quality might have dropped off a little bit for some reason. As that was a bunt shown there, and that one, I think she offered at that one, so I believe that's going to be a strike.
Absolutely. And as I just got back in here, the quality has dropped back down, but we're still going to have it recorded as a ball.
Yeah, I think now that you're back inside, the quality might, get back to where it was. Um, as you can tell, I think it is. But yeah, Josh, you missed a home run, two doubles. Still zero outs here in the bottom of the fifth here, Josh. Just
Absolutely.
crazy.
As Donovan taking time here.
Yeah, and I believe it was 6-3, and then the home run, the double made it 6-5, or am I wrong?
6-6 because it was a 3-run home run, I believe.
Well, the home run was definitely a solo, and then the double got a run home. And then maybe there was another double that I might have missed. But yeah, so looks like we got a 6-6 ball game here, folks, and we're tied up.
I might. You're correct, I think. Because the
Yeah,
next half,
yeah, I
maybe.
believe I believe I didn't see another double. I think it's 6-3, the home run, the double. So 6-5 ball game here as Boone Grove leads by one, and that one's smashed, but it's gonna hang up there.
Absolutely. As Jumovich has been right on it.
Yeah, I think Dumovic, a really good batter in her own right, and I think that she's been seeing the ball really well in this one here, Josh.
Absolutely. And as the shortstop gets her,
Yeah,
Kincaid.
so Yes, that's going to be the third out of the inning, but not before Hebron able to tack on two more on the home run and the double, and they get within one.
Absolutely, they get in with one. And we apologize for the picture and for this. We did our best redoing this game. Uh, and hopefully you guys enjoy it at home because you can see the batter's box and you have this nice scoreboard here. As it's 5-6 ball game. What have you seen so far from both clubs?
Yeah, I mean, I think this continues to be a game of hitting. I mean, pitchers they've had their highlights, right? But it's been really the batters in this one that have been showing off, and already, of course, two home runs. That's already crazy to think about in itself. But there's been a lot of doubles. There's also been triples. I mean, they've been seeing the ball really well, and I mean, uh, they've been just hitting the ball left and right.
Absolutely. This is a 1-1 count here to Bama. That's fouled back, so a 2-2 count here.
Yeah, and if you're Hebron here, you got to really try to make this a possible, 1, 2, 3, so you get back to hitting and keep the momentum going as you're on a really good trail right here as you have all the momentum on your side.
Absolutely, you do. Just missing there. That ball was popped up. As Bottoма, I believe, is up here, staying alive. Numbers are very hard to look at here in this rebroadcast. We'll find out as if Fezcheck stands in here. Yeah, so Fezcheck standing in, so Bottomo with a strikeout there. As Cunningham striking out Bottomo. Fezcheck with a couple hits here early in this top of the sixth inning, setting a table much like Tolzig does on the other end. Misses on that screwball. As Fezcheck staying alive, having a little bit of a Bee Gees song stuck in her mind. There, Dusty. As 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, as Brooke Lopez does a huge dunk over one of the Indiana Pacers, it was just insane. I mean, any NBA fans out there, you can see that one on Sports Center top 10. But yeah, we got 3-2 count here, one down. I mean,
That
that
ball's
one's gonna be hit to
driven.
left. Yeah, that's driven.
That's going to be caught
Mm.
by Kincaid. And we go here.
Yeah,
Two
so
outs.
yeah, 2 outs, Josh. As I said, I think that the momentum, keeping it on Hebron's side as they're making quick work of this Boone Grove lineup.
Absolutely. And fouling back off here as Otero. As Cunningham looks at the quarterback wristband. Sets, fires. Just missing. And I say just missing. A little high there to Otero. Could have gone either way there. Because across the plate is a strike. And that is just missed. We thank Hebron Softball for this umpire look at this game here on this view. And that's going to be foul ball there as a 2-2 count. As a grudge match here, there, Dusty, in a 5-6 ball game, top of the sixth. One of the most dangerous hitters in the Porter County, and Maria Otero. And a swing and a miss as Cunningham gets her to end that inning, to end that half of the inning. We go to the bottom of
Yeah,
the sixth.
yeah, Josh. I mean, that was a lot of pitches there for Hebron. But I mean, nonetheless, it was a 1-2-3. And so now, I mean, Hebron, still with the momentum on their side, they can potentially, tie this ball game up or take the lead.
Absolutely, they can. Our next Hawks Nest broadcast will be tomorrow as a live feed at Westville as I have the PA announce for the Blackhawks in that ball game. And the next game for these Hawks will be tomorrow against Tri Township. On our next broadcast will be Morgan Township on Friday night, senior night.
Yeah, it should be some really good games. Um, just to update on that Bucks Pacers game, the Bucks will win it by 15. As without Giannis Antetokounmpo, a huge surprise there.
Absolutely. As a ball one there, Moret's rise ball.
But yeah, Josh, I think it should be a great slate coming up as that one is hit to right field, I believe.
Absolutely. As Tozik standing in. Funny fact, folks, I actually got better Wi-Fi outside of my house than I have currently. inside. Go figure. As we go here, and that missed bunt attempt by AT. That's going to be slapped, and that's going to be an infield base hit by Tozik. Or we can call her Flash this year. I mean, last year we called her the Dark Knight. It might be appropriate just to call her Flash. Flash Tozik on that one as we. That's number 33. Macy Simskinski comes up. Sminsky fouls it off. Murat sets, fires. Tolzik is going to steal 2 bags right there. Sorry, folks, as it's a little bit off. Can't see third, but Tozik making things happen. Just kind of the Hawks version of Javi Baez, where she has power to all fields and she makes magic happen. As Macy's been a clutch hitter her whole career. Just asked these Boone Grove Wolves last year in the Porter County Conference Championship game. She hit the game winner at South Central High School. Sminsky fouls it off as she's staying alive here. Till there as Murat gets her right inside the corner. As Molly Friel standing in with a 2-for-3 day here. Has it taken a lot of time here, Dusty, to figure out
Yeah,
the
Josh.
bag?
Yeah. I mean, you know, Hebron is only down to 1 run here. With 2 outs in the inning. I mean, they, they should possibly, try to get something going here. As only down 1 run. They're well in this game here, Josh.
Absolutely. And like I said before, 2-for-3 days so far here for Molly Friel with a home run and a couple RBIs. Back-to-back games in this sort as Friel going fishing and getting awarded with a strike. As Molly Friel is one of our players of the year, watch list here that we're going to announce on May 20th. The senior putting up good numbers here so far in this year. That ball is driven. And that's going to get. That's going to get down. That's going to be another RBI.
Yeah, and Hebron is hyped up here as that's going to be the tying run as a huge double here, a absolutely clutch double here to tie up the game, Josh.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as you said, a barn burner. I mean, this has definitely been a barn burner here, Josh.
It always is with this kind of rivalry. You got to picture Red Sox, Yankees when you talk about these two teams in the Porter County Conference. I mean, because. Or Duke,
Yeah,
North Carolina.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I think at that point it doesn't really matter about the records. I think being rivals is, it's just bound to be a good game, no matter what.
Absolutely. Um, and Moholic staying alive here, fouling it off, getting some encouragement by our coach here because with one swing she could have some insurance runs for either Tozick or Cunningham in the next half inning. That ball is driven, and that's going to be caught by Otero at the warning track. Just missing in deep center as we go into the inning number 7. Here on the Sunday night game recap of the week here on Regan's Corner Sports Network. Again, next week's games will be Westville South Central at South Central High School as our game of the week, and as our pregame before that, the Andrean and Hebron game, where 008 takes on our Hawks there. Abby Bond, a PNW commit, Purdue Northwest University commit there. Which that could be a game we see Tozick start, since Cunningham most likely is going to start against Morgan Township that night, previous night. And Durr fouls that one off. As Chase was chasing that one, gets awarded the foul ball. That's going to be trouble, and that's going to be safe with a throwing error attached to it. Infield base hit and an error allowing the runner to advance to second as Atterbury stepping in, already homering in this game. And that's going to be in, and that's going to score a run for Boone Grove as Atterbury
Yes.
has been a hawk killer today.
Yes, that's a huge run there for Boone Grove. Right after Hebron ties it up, the Wolves come right back and they get a run of their own to take the lead right back.
Absolutely. So far, though, Grant and Cunningham has done a good job on Sutkiss, who is a Valparaiso University commit. There's a lot of players going to play on the next level here for this Boone Grove Wolves team, as Sudkiss, Atterbury, Veschek, and Moret are just the notable ones, as Atterbury, who's on second, is going to be playing for St. Mary's next year at Notre Dame for the Bells. So that's going to foul ball there for Sudkiss. No outs here as Cunningham throws another ball there as a screwball gets away from Cunningham as it's 2-0, 0 outs, top of the 7th, run in. And Sudkiss fouling that one off. Zakis fouling that one off. Zakis, warning track power there. Catch or not catched. And that's going to score Atterbury. And one out there as the relay throw gets Sudkiss. Zakis, excuse me, folks, for Boone Grove. Zakis on a pitching change coming up here.
Yeah, I think the pitching change was well needed. I think that she pitched a really good game, but I think that it was just kind of that time here in the seventh. It's kind of hard to pitch a whole entire game. So I think it was I think it was, I would say, kind of inevitable at this point.
Absolutely.
But yeah, off to her. I mean, she pitched a really good game, kept her team in this one. But yeah, Boone Grove, getting that second run here in the top of the seventh. I think that it was just a well needed pitching change, and because they really want to keep this at two. Two is definitely manageable, coming into the bottom of the seventh. So I think, yeah, they want to really keep this at two, if possible.
Absolutely. As Nally Moret standing in. Is Natalie taking her time a little bit here. With one out here, the pitcher, Stolzik, starts off with a strike there. Fastball right down Main Street. Just a bit inside there on the breaking pitch as a 1-1 count to Moret. Just missing the strike zone. As Tozik fires, as Moret fouls it off. just a bit outside there as it's a full count to Moret.
Yeah, and that was a good eye there. Able to let off that one. Usually with two strikes, you might be a little more aggressive, but good eye there by the batter.
As Minette shakes up.
Yeah, so that was just a really good pitch there, blowing it by the batter and able to get the well needed second out here in the top of the seventh.
Absolutely, as an AT strikeout. You can call that phone home there as a strike right there. Another strikeout on that outside corner. AT fires, and Friel puts her away as Boone only gets two, and we go to the bottom. And this rebroadcast is the copyright of Regan's Corner Sports Network and the Indiana High School Association and Hebron Athletics. Anybody trying to, without our permission, to copyright this game and its rebroadcast, whatever, will or please ask us to use our highlights from the next game of rebroadcast as well. And a special thanks to Hebron softball program for allowing us to use your feeds for this rebroadcast. Nonetheless, Dusty, what did the Hawks need to do to get back into this game? As Natalie's been kind of off and on, really good, but sometimes not locating how she usually does.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Hawks they just really need to lock in right here. Realize that it's only a two-run ball game. I mean, a lot of people look at that as a big mountain to climb, but you got to look at it as it's just two runners, right? So yeah, I think they just really need to lock in here and try and get something going here in the bottom half.
Absolutely. As this is ball one, this would be a great multi-view camera view here at the hitter spot and then zoom out after a play. That'd be in a perfect world. But that's going to be a pop out as heck. Was unlucky on that one. Great contact to that ball. Staying low, doing what she needs to do, trying to get on base. Great contact there, just right at somebody, unfortunately. As Donovan fouls it off for strike one. Trying to bunt her way on, you saw earlier, or maybe fake a bunt, so it's a fastball right down the middle. And swing and a miss as Moret, Nally Moret says, "You're going to bunt, I'm going to bring the heater." And Donovan grounds out to Natalie. As Addison Dumovich is Hebron's last hope, the junior.
Yeah, it's been some really good pitching here for the first two batters here in the bottom of the seventh. Inducing that ground out to for the second out of the inning. I think it's just a really good pitch there. And now, I mean, yeah, you're down to your final out here if you're Hebron, back against the wall. I mean, let's just see if what you can do.
That's going to be fouled back there as a 1-1. Two outs, bottom of the seventh here.
Yeah, I mean, good contact there, able to get a piece of that one. You just gotta really try to straighten it out here.
As a ball just off that outside corner. As Zumovich has been very patient here in our bats. And a foul ball there. Has Zumovich right on it. And just missing there. Creating the full. And that's going to be the ball game there. As Minette with a complete game for Boone Grove.
Yeah, I mean, credit goes to the Boone Grove pitcher there, able to close this one out there in the bottom of the seventh, because it was going back and forth, but able to slam the door there in the bottom of the seventh, and Boone Grove, I mean, gets a well fought win here in this one, as
Abs-
they take it 8-6.
Absolutely. And our overall All Seratos player of the game goes to Atterbury for the home run and couple signals that she had in this ball game. Our Rogers Roofing blue collar battling back there is Natalie Moret. And for Hebron's All Seratos player of the game, Molly Friel. And the blue collar player of the game is Addison Tozick. And we'll sign off here. And our next Hebron softball broadcast is on Friday. And our next week there, Dusty, South Central Westville will be the game of the week recap, game of the week there. And we'll have your Hebron Hawks also in against Andrean, the 59ers, before that at 4 o'clock. So stay tuned for those and stay froggy, my friends. And thank you to Dusty Rhodes Carrasco, always.